maybe for a minute, for two stalwarts, Yogendra Prasad ji and our Dr. V. Krishnamurthy, both my mentors. I would request everybody to maintain 1 minute of silence and pray eternally for them. Thank you all. I must also say that I lost another dear friend of mine, T.C. Arora. Arora Sahab was basically the man from Toshiba. In between, he went and shifted to, that Aston Field also. We did the first 5 megawatt solar in the country. But he's no more. We also lost him this April. He was one of the longest serving chiefs of Toshiba in India. So we lost him. Purulia pump storage, that equipment was given by Toshiba and Hitachi, and he was the man who was leading the whole thing. So we lost him recently. I got the news from a third source because we were not in touch. So that's another, so I remember him today. With this, many of us ourselves have done, and I hope we can remember them from time to time. Because if we tell those stories to the new generation, only then the new generation will know what's happened, what they have done, how big it is. And we remember Razdan Sahab was always supportive of hydro. So that was, I was a fan of hydro, and I saw him, and on the other side was Yogendra Prasad, 2 people at a time who literally pushed hydro and said hydro should be the forefront and we should have this peak capacity in the country. We were talking of something like at that time 40-70 ratio, but it never happened. Now, if you are aware, hydropower has gone to some actual generation is about 9 to 10%, not more than that. But we need peak shaving because the grid will not be able to go beyond the 275 gigawatt utilization, which is presently 525 gigawatt plus, right? But utilization factor will not go up if you don't have a ramp-up ability. Ramp-up ability will come, it's like hand-holding, right? If you don't, I'm making life simple, I'm not using technical language. Simple thing is, you need the peak shavers to progressively ramp up. And this is a technical subject, and you can't do it without the hydropower and pump storage. So luckily, I'm at we have our stalwart here. He could not come to receive his award, but we are giving it today to him. MAKP Singh, please give him a big hand. So we encouraged, I pushed up that white paper 2024 in Hyderabad, he was on the dais. He came to NDIM previous year, continuously worked, and that 100 gigawatt pump storage was definitely done thanks to people like him. With an IIT Kanpur alumni, and was committed उसको pump storage को लाना है. तो वो जो commitment थी, that team happened. We were the NGO or non-profit. We pushed the agenda. We released it, and now when I met Ghanshyam Prasad ji, he gave me that report last 2 weeks back on 100 gigawatt. He said, ऐसा हमें खाली इतना पालन कर दिया 2035-36 में कर देंगे. मैंने कहा भाई सोलर 3 साल डिले हो गई, तो आपकी क्या, आपकी तो ज़्यादा चैलेंज pump storage. So it's okay. If not 32, 35 is also not bad. It's fantastic actually. And the news is, I got a list of 32 gigawatt for Andhra Pradesh. Dr. Kamladhar Babu Sahab, report of CA. 32 gigawatt Andhra Pradesh. Yeah, and to my surprise, my state has given a list of 50 gigawatt, but I'm a little bit उसको थोड़ा discount करेगा. महाराष्ट्र में 25 gigawatt तक हो जाएगा. वो थोड़ा ज़्यादा ballooned है, but even 25 करेंगे तो भी बहुत. That means 2 states. What I'm effectively coming is 50 gigawatt plus. Just 2 states will deliver in 4 to 5 years. It's never happened in the history of India. I feel we miss Prasad Sahab. We should have seen this happen, right? पूरा time बात करते रहे हम लोग, हैं? अब हो रहा है. So this is the thing. This is the memory. So with this, I wish to give you a small feel because I know he will not talk much on this, but हमारे बीच में एक कर्मयोगी हैं. ये उनकी किताब है. ठीक है, ये अभी आई है 26 तारीख को. मैं खुश होता अगर हम इसी तरह के फॉर्म में कर लेते साथ में, लेकिन नहीं हो पाया. हमारे अभय कुमार सिंह जी ने जो ये किताब लिखी है, it is just not a book, I'm telling you. It is like it's like his experiences literally. He has not written the whole thing. It would have been 3 times bigger than this. He has discounted it to a substantial extent. But what he has written is just amazing. Each chapter, 1 or 2, 3 pages only. This is a big book, but each one is like an anecdote. The only book I read like this in the past. I've not read the full book, but I've gone through some of it. But I'm telling you, amazingly written. And before this was by the chairman of Daivu. He wrote the book, Every Street is Paved with Gold. बड़ी प्यारी किताब थी. Every Street is Paved with Gold. Lee wrote that book, and that is one of the best books that I've read in my life. Right? That book is anecdotes. Like it starts with his selling newspaper to survive. And he used to say that how I beat the street kids by selling newspaper was I did not collect the money. So the businessman was born, my entrepreneurial spirit was born there. He used to only supply and come evening or next day to collect the money. So he said I learned credit, giving credit and surviving it at that. वो इस तरह की स्टोरियां हैं इसमें. मतलब massive stories like that. Each story is an anecdote in itself. So after that, this is the only book I've seen written like that. So please give him a big hand. So another thing we keep talking is whether you are in any position, that is what his beauty is. It's not about the chair. Chair is only 3 years as CMD. But any position does not matter. What you influence in each position matters. And that's why he is a very unique chairman who took chair at the NHPC, because so many projects moved, and of course Prasad Saab loved him. When I first talked about Prasad Saab, the way he talked about Prasad, just wait. Our man is coming. ये जो उनका जो प्यार से, it was not to be taken from any other perspective, but our man is going to be on the chair, and it's only a matter of time. Things will move in the hydro sector. So that's the kind of compliment he paid for him. So this I am telling in a public forum. ये बात पता चलनी चाहिए कि प्रसाद साहब के फेवरेट ये थे और ये यस मैन नहीं थे उनके. ये मैं बता देता हूँ. He was a completely man who challenged him, right? वो भी उन्होंने सारी कहानियाँ बताई हैं. But basically it was very interesting that the Democrat that Yogendra Prasad was, that's also visible. That even if you challenge him, I was also like that. Many times he used to say, क्या बात हो रही है? तो he will say, अच्छा ऐसा क्या बोलना है? Such a big man. अच्छा मुझे क्या बोलना है अभी? ऐसे कहते हैं. वो humility बड़ी थी उनमें. The great man. So fantastic people we work with, and I want to start with, I want Anil Razan Sir to put a few words first, because I don't want to follow any other strategy other than the Razan Sir to put a few words, at least 5 minutes for you. All of us will take, because some of them want to go, but 5 minutes जो भी बोलना है, उसके बाद हम एक दो और को बुलवाएंगे.
कहाँ से बोलेंगे?
यहाँ से बोल सकते हैं.
क्या?
नहीं, आपको कंफर्ट जो है सर
वहीं से बोल
दीजिए, वो कंफर्ट होगा. चढ़ना उठना नहीं पड़ेगा.